Okay, for this hip practice, you're going to need just a strap, whether that's a yoga strap or it's a stretchy kind of therapy band. It just needs to be long enough for you to loop it around your extended leg, okay? And just clear a little bit of space because we're going to be working kind of in 360 degrees. So right and left, top and bottom, kind of clear some space. Come down to the floor, keep your strap nearby, lay on your back. And go ahead and hug that right knee in and just pull. And then when you're ready, you're just going to start to trace a little bit of an arc to the left and the right here, just exploring this hip. And then as you come back through center, extend the leg and bend. So just pressing the heel either towards the ceiling or where the wall meets the ceiling opposite you, and then focusing on firing up those hamstrings and pulling the heel in towards that sitting bone. And while you're doing this, just check in with that left leg. It's straight and long down the mat, and you're pressing your heel into the floor just a little bit for some stabilization, and toes are pointing towards the sky. Good, one more, bend and extend. And then go ahead and point and flex this right foot. And then take it around in a circle. A couple times to the right, a couple times to the left. Keep the leg out of it, just the ankle is moving here. And go ahead and grab your strap. Loop it around this foot, right in the middle. Don't put it over kind of the ball of the foot, you want it in the middle, and you'll see why in a second. And then either with a bent knee or a straight leg, whatever gets you the best stretch, just start to relax the leg and pull with this right hand, toes over your nose. Take a stretch here for a second. Left leg is still straight, heel is pushing gently into the floor. Good, and then go ahead and point this right foot and see if you can pull just a little bit and get a little more into this stretch. And when you think you found your end, go ahead and flex the foot, so toes towards the nose. Stay there for a second. And one more time, point, pull maybe just a little bit, flex the foot. Good. Go ahead and release the strap, but keep it on your foot. You're going to take your hands and just gently press, maybe interlace and press on the thigh as you drive this straight leg using those hip flexors, toes over your nose. And you're just going to resist with the hands for 1 and 2 breaths. And then the opposite would be to grab a hold of the strap and drive this straight leg, heel leads the way, away from the body for 1 or 2 breaths here. Good, let's alternate. Press, toes over the nose. And then grab hold of that strap, drive the straight leg away. Good, and release the strap. Go ahead and remove it from your leg. Set it off on the side. Bend that right knee. And then open to the right and bring back up. So the knee is over the hip. We open as far as we can own and control. So if you start to get out here and the whole left side of your body wants to peel up off the mat, you're stopping right before that happens. So count out maybe 4 of these, slow and controlled. And then extend the leg. You can either do these pointed or flexed. Just start to trace some circles, maybe 3 or 4 small circles to the right, clockwise, 3 or 4 circles to the left, counterclockwise. Don't forget about that left leg. Now straighten this right leg, keep it straight, and we're going to take it out to the side just like we did, but last time we did it with a bent leg. This time we're going to do it with a straight leg. Same rules apply. You only go as far as you can own and control, and bring it back up to center. Count out maybe 3, 4, or 5 of these. Good, the next time you come up, let's start to trace some big circles. So same thing, we go as big as we can own and control. My head, my shoulders, my hips, my left heel are all pressing down into the floor. Nothing moves. And I'm going maybe 3 times in one direction, 3 times in the other. And then as you come up this time, you're going to cross that right ankle over your left knee. So that left foot will break from the floor and you'll bend the knee and go sole of the foot down. So this is option 1. You might want to stay here. Option 2 would be to put a block up underneath this left foot to kind of bridge the distance between foot flat. And option 3, which is to kind of grab a hold of the left thigh and pull the legs in towards the chest. So take a little bit of a passive stretch here by assisting. And you can either use your hands or you could use the strap here for some assistance. And then kind of like we did with the legs straight, we're going to do a little push-pull action. So take the hands away. I'm going to drive this left leg knee to nose to get a little bit more of a stretch on the right. Breath or 2 as you push. Now I'm going to relax this left leg. I'm going to push with the right one and resist with the left. So it's like this right leg is going to move away, but the left leg keeps it there. Let's do that again. Left leg pushes in, stretching on the right side. Right leg pushes away, resisting with the left one. Good. And then unwind the legs, take the right one way out off the mat to the right. So we're going to take kind of this wide stance here. And just with the right leg, I'm going to let the knee kind of fall or drop in towards the center line of the body. So I'm going to roll onto that inner blade of the right foot. My hips, my shoulders, my head, everything stays down. There's like a little bit of space underneath this right hip, but it's mostly down on the ground. And we're going to focus on that internal rotation of this right leg. Take a breath or 2. And then before we transition to the other side, bring that right foot back up, walk the feet together, and let the knees go out to the side. So if this is a pretty intense stretch for you, you can take some blocks or pillows or whatever you have laying around and prop your knees up. So if it's too intensive, kind of a groin or inner thigh stretch, use blocks or pillows or whatever to prop your legs up to lessen the stretch and find something that feels more accessible to you, okay? So just take maybe 1 or 2 nice deep breaths here. And then we'll repeat that whole thing over on the second side. So separate the feet, right leg goes long, heel presses down into the floor, left knee comes in, we pull in, and then we start to kind of trace just a little bit of an arc here. And then go ahead and extend that leg up towards the sky. And as we go through this series on the other side, you'll have an opportunity to just kind of compare right to left and see maybe where you need to spend a little bit more time. Good. Go ahead and point and flex the foot. And really go for the extreme. See how much you can point and how much you can flex. And then take it around in a circle. Both directions. And then go ahead and grab your strap. Loop it over that foot. Relax the leg. Gently pull in for a nice stretch. And again, it can be with a nice bent knee, or you can straighten it. And your foot might not face the ceiling. It might actually be more facing where the wall meets the ceiling or the wall opposite you, but just work with what you've got. And then go ahead and point those left toes. See if you can pull into the stretch a little bit deeper. And then go ahead and flex. Pull toes towards your nose. Pause and take a breath. And then try again. So from where you are, see if you can point and then pull just a little bit closer and then stretch. Good. Release the slack. Release the strap and then go ahead and interlace fingers on the front of this thigh, straight leg, toes over the nose. Go. And then the opposite, grab a hold of the strap, straight leg, heel drives away. Go. Good. Once more, hands on the leg, toes over the nose. And last time, hand on the strap, straight leg, drives away. Good work. Release the strap, set it off, that's the last time you'll need it. Bent knee, open and close. So again, head, shoulders and hips, and that right heel stay down as we just open and close maybe 3 or 4 times here. And then extend the leg and trace some small circles. And with these circles, we want to kind of smooth them out. So not too fast. And see if you can keep them smooth so they're not like, skipping. Do a couple in one direction. And then a few in the other. And then keeping that straight leg, we'll drop straight leg out to the left. Bring it back up to center. Good, same rules apply here. We're only going as far as we can own and control. And as you come up this time, start to trace some nice big circles. Same thing as with the small circles. We want to try and smooth it out. Keep a consistent speed as you go in one way and then the other. And as you come around this time, left ankle crosses right knee. Option 1, put that foot on the floor for this passive stretch. Option 2 is to put a block up underneath this foot. And then option 3, take the hands or the strap, loop it around that right leg, and just gently pull in. Good. Release the hands and or the strap And let's do that push-pull action. So first things first, right leg pushes in, finding a little bit more of a stretch on the left side. And now left leg pushes away and you resist with the right one. Right leg pushes in. Left leg pushes out. Good. Separate the legs, take them wide, feet on the floor, and go ahead and let the left knee fall in towards the middle. And you might have to walk the leg out or in, kind of to the right or the left, depending on what feels good for you for this hip. But everything else stays down, right? Just focusing on the internal rotation in this left hip. Take a couple breaths. And then just like we did the last time as a transition between sides, to finish it out, you'll put soles of the feet together and let the knees go wide. Take a couple breaths here, maybe finding or using those props underneath the knees. Trying to create just a little bit of length in the low back, so if you're feeling like when the legs go wide, your pelvis starts to tip up and you could get your whole hand underneath your low back. See if you could kind of tuck under, kind of imprinting your low back into the ground a little bit, and still let the knees be wide. Good, and then slowly just separate the feet, maybe kind of heel toeing them up until you can get them flat on the floor. Good job. So one of the things about that routine is you can do it just as I've called it out and do it one time through. You could do it multiple times, or once you've kind of learned each of those exercises, you could do it on your own and spend a little bit more time on each individual component. So it's kind of, mix and match or do whatever works for you. Okay? So give that a shot. Let me know what you think.